Was that? Stop. Stop. Let me finish reading the letter. Okay, and we're back with more of this bed we made. At this point, there should be a playlist, so if you haven't seen the first few episodes, you can go ahead and check that out, and then come back to this one. But yeah, we're getting a little bit more of the story. It's getting exciting, so let's not waste too much time. Don't forget, if you like the video, feel free to do things with the buttons like subscribe and leave a comment. And let's get right into it. Here we go.
There you are.
I'm not sure I understand what the plan is here.
Well, when I was little, we had padlocks on many of the farm's sheds. My dad would always lose the keys, so one day he made a mold of them using wax and plaster. I was thinking of doing the same.
Are you sure it's gonna work?
Absolutely not. But hey, I guess we won't know until we try.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's do this. Okay, to start, we need to pour the wax from the pot.
Okay. Fire.
Have you done this before? You're a real pro.
Stop.
Now, time to put the key into the wax. Let's give it a few seconds, so the mold really takes form. Okay, I think you can remove it. Well, we're almost there. Just pour the cup of plaster into the mold. All right. Now we wait for it to dry.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
I don't know. I guess we'll keep poking it every now and then.
I bet you didn't think you'd be making a plaster key today, huh?
Indeed. But I like it. It's rare that this job allows me to use my creative side.
Your creative side?
Well, granted, this key won't end up in any museum, but I enjoy the occasional artistic endeavor.
Okay. Like drawing, like making collages? Like drawing?
Like drawing?
Oh, God, no. I once drew a dress that everyone mistook for a birthday hat. I never drew again after that. What about you? Haven't I seen you drawing in that journal of yours?
Get back.
Yeah, I doodle a little.
Get out my journal.
Hey, you should show me one day. I'd love to see your art.
It's hardly alright. Sure, yeah.
Okay, but promise not to laugh.
What? I'd never, ever do that. I know I make fun of pretty much everything, but not people's art. That's their soul.
Okay, I feel
I'm
that.
sure it's beautiful.
Thanks.
What do you like to draw anyway?
It's kind of silly, but I've started working on this little comic in which I imagine my life as a celebrity.
A celebrity?
Yeah. I've always found the lives of famous people so fascinating, you know? And I kind of envy them sometimes. All the drama, the excitement.
Yeah, because we're really lacking in drama and excitement today.
Well, today's the exception.
I'm sure there's something else in your life that excites you.
Well, I do like sailing.
Excuse me? You sail? On a boat?
I used to, with my grandpa. But when he died, we had to sell the boat to pay off his debts.
Damn.
Oh, that's too bad. I would have loved to go with you.
Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna let you know right now, I'm doing every flirt option with her that I can. So if you're not down for that, now's your chance.
Maybe it'd be possible to borrow a boat for a day. I think one of Grandpa's friends still has his.
Really? That would be great. I just love trying new things.
I'll see what I can do.
Hey, look. I think it's dry.
I can't believe it worked. I could not have done this without you.
Yeah, probably not. Well, I should get back upstairs before Bernard notices my absence, if he hasn't already. Let me know how it goes with the key. Oh, and be careful while turning it, okay? You wouldn't want it to break inside the lock.
Yeah, I'll be careful. Thank you for everything.
No problem.
Oh. I'm sitting here looking at her name tag, like, why does it say E. Lambert and her name is Beth? Or her name is just Elizabeth? I was so confused for a second. Okay. Ooh, it happened so fast. Love letters. Putting my bed in now. Oh, let's get into it.
Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles.
In Atlanta, I noticed yours was pretty worn down, so I decided to buy you a new one. I hope you like it. And since you enjoy them so much, here's a little puzzle to figure out the combination. And that's why they're sending puzzles to each other, because one of them likes that. Okay, 2 5-letter words are the key, both related to our history. Unlike my favorite bard, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. From the first one, take the first 2. From the last one, take the last 2. Hate this. Okay, so I found that little thing in the bathroom. It was like wasn't it White Cat Bar or something like that? Okay. Wait, I didn't want to take the fucking puzzle. I hope you get better. Try to rest today. I will bring you some soup after class. Yeah, roommates.
Huh. Marcella invited you to the movies. Let me guess. You said yes.
Okay. Can I look at anything else?
There's a lot of stuff in here. I don't think I've looked at everything yet.
I haven't? Oh, flip. I can barely listen to Sister Miller's lecture today. All I do is look at your lips and imagine kissing you. I can't wait for tonight. Oh. What's that?
Doris Day. That's an alliteration, isn't it?
Okay.
Doris. I-S.
Doris. Ugh. Dear Anne, I'm sorry it took me so long to answer your last letter. Has it been 6 months already since I left Montreal? As you always say, no. My parents are glad I'm done with my studies. They always thought it was a strange idea for me to go to university. Now they want me to find a husband and have children like any other woman. I think I will. These past few months, I've had a lot of time to reflect on our relationship. You know my feelings for you, and I hope you never forget how much I love you. But we cannot hide our heads in the sand any longer. We were lucky our story lasted as long as it did, and foolish to think it would last forever. Our love is forbidden, and hiding it from my family is proving more and more difficult every day. You will always have a special place in my heart, but I believe it's time for us to go our separate ways. Aw. Can we put all the letters back though, babe? Like...
There's no shame in asking for help, Sophie. 2 heads are better than 1, especially when dealing with riddles.
Clarington Hotel reception desk. Beth speaking.
Hey, Beth. Got a minute?
For you, always, Bean.
I opened the chest to room 507.
You did? Damn, I have to admit I didn't really believe in our little plaster key, but way to go.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised as well. It's quite sturdy.
So, spill it. What's in the chest?
It's love
riddle.
letters.
A riddle?
I think it was written by Mrs. Beaumont for Mrs. Cruz. And I think the answer will give me the combination for a case I found in room 509. I could use your help with it, though.
Oh, God, I hate riddles. Well, let's hear it. Which part is causing you trouble?
Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Do you know what this could mean?
You said Mrs. Beaumont wrote the riddle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I have no idea what her favorite
It's
bar
the
is.
white cat.
I think I do.
Really? How?
That's a story for another time. But if I had to bet, I'd put my money on the white cat.
The white cat.
I don't get it. I'm still confused.
I'm not sure I get it.
Well, if I'm right about the white cat, then we're looking for...
A black cat.
Yep. Why don't you look around to see if there's any mention of a black cat in Mrs. Beaumont's stuff?
Okay.
Okay, I will. You're not too bad at riddles, you know?
I never said I was bad at them, just that I hate them.
Period.
Is there anything else?
Nah, I'm out of here.
No, that's all. Thank you.
Don't mention it. I'm just glad I could be of some help. Call me after you've opened that case.
You know I will.
Greta.
A cat named Greta. G-R.
G-R-I-S? G-R-I... Oh, that ain't no R.
That novelist, Bridget Boswell, is actually you, Marcella?
Whoa. So she had Marcella's book and she was writing about them. Dear Marcella, should I say Bridget? Or is it Brigitte? You know I prefer a good old crime story, but last week I came upon a romance novel with an intriguing title, and they were roommates.
And they were roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
I brought it on an impulse at a train station and read it from cover to cover during the journey. Can you imagine my surprise when I recognized our story? You may have changed the names and locations, but all of our moments are there. Our endless discussions in the dorm room, our first date at the theater, our trip to Quebec City. You often said writers are thieves, but I never fully understood until now. It has been almost 10 years since I received your last letter, the letter that painted our relationship as nothing more than a summer fling. At first, I could not believe you had written those words. Then, I waited in vain for your answer and had to accept your love for me had never been real. For many years, I was broken-hearted, angry, confused. I questioned the nature of our feelings, of our attraction, and made many wrong decisions. But this book, your book, am I foolish to think it's proof you really loved me? In any case, I hope you are well, and I'm happy to see you accomplish your dream of becoming a writer. Wow. Wait! Although you don't know me, I think I can safely say I'm your biggest fan. Your novels have literally changed my life. After the war, I spent almost 10 years in a psychiatric hospital because of panic attacks. None of the treatments were working, and I wasn't getting any better. Was that? Stop. Let me finish reading the letter. I became friends with one of the nurses who started lending me books so I could pass the time. I didn't really like the first ones, but then I picked up Brigitte Boswell's first novel, your novel. I had never read such a beautiful love story. It almost brought me to tears. I immediately urged the nurse to get me more of your books. Believe it or not, the more I read them, the less panic attacks I had. The doctors thought it was their new medication finally working, but I knew the truth. Your novels gave me the courage to get in contact with Lindsay, a friend from the war. I had always felt for him the same way your characters feel for each other, but I have never dared telling him. Now I have, thanks to you. The thought of seeing him again is what motivated me to get better and leave the hospital. Wow. Still not an excuse for stalking her at the, you know what I mean? Following her around, taking pictures of her and stuff. Yikes. But, you know, cute story, I guess. So tracking you down took longer than I thought. Fortunately, I'm a very patient and resourceful man. Yikes, and I never give up. Yikes. You think we can meet? I have so much more to tell you, Paul. Big yikes. Big yikes, Paul.
I'm glad you were able to open up to Marcella like this. Everyone needs someone to talk to.
Thank you for answering my letter. I realize now how unsettling it must have been for you. Please forgive me for tricking your editor into giving me your address. I know I shouldn't have done that. I wanted to thank you as well for your encouraging words concerning Lindsay. I still haven't heard from him, and I'm starting to fear I might have the wrong address. I wish I could take a train to Virginia, but that's not an option right now as I can barely pay the rent. I guess I will have to find a job. I assumed Lindsay was a lady. And Lindsay is not a lady, and Lindsay is no longer alive, which is why he was not hearing from Lindsay. As a kid, I dreamt of being an actor, a Hollywood star. I know it's a foolish dream, but what else can I do? What am I good at? I've tried getting some odd jobs already, but employers turn me down as soon as they learn where I've spent the last 10 years of my life. If it continues like this, I'll probably end up on the streets like so many of my army buddies. Why am I even telling you this? After reading your books and getting to know you through them, I tend to forget I'm only a stranger to you. I hope you don't mind. You seem to be a good listener, and I've been feeling rather lonely ever since I left the hospital. Anyway, please tell me more about your life, and do not hesitate to write long letters. I must have read your previous one 1,000 times already, Paul. Paul is just lonely.
An advance on my salary. So Marcella hired you. But what for?
Huh? I just received a letter from Lindsay's mother. She tells me he's dead. My heart. Words cannot even begin to describe how empty I feel. He died 2 years ago before I even sent my first letter. He will never know my feelings for him, and I will never know if he could have loved me back. I guess I should have known this would end in pain, just like your novels. I wish I had Lindsay's ability to find beauty everywhere. Even during the war, amidst the death and chaos, he would marvel at the forests of Germany and the sun, the birds. He loved birds so much. He could identify them just by listening to their songs. I have to admit your proposition took me by surprise. I was hesitant to leave home at first. I was afraid to miss Lindsay's answer, but now there's nothing keeping me here. I'm desperate for anything that will help me forget the pain, but I don't have enough money to make it to Texas. You think you could give me an advance on my salary in spite of everything? I'm really excited to know I'll finally meet you. What does she hire him to do, though?
Oh, Lindsay's a man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it was presumptuous of me to think otherwise.
Yeah. Is that it? Dang.
So, let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz are some kind of star-crossed lovers?
Seems like it, yeah. But I'm not sure whether they chose to meet here just to reconnect for a few days, or if there's something more to it.
Well, I may be able to help with that.
Really? How?
Oh, some mail arrived earlier for Mrs. Beaumont.
I don't know about opening that.
I wonder what's in it.
We could open it.
I mean, that's kinda illegal.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, too late. I've always known I would end up in prison one day.
Beth.
So?
It's 3 train tickets. And, there's a tourism pamphlet for California.
California?
Well, it makes sense. It's much more progressive there
Yeah.
than it is here.
So
They about to start
Anne
their
and Marcella
family.
want to go there to live their love freely.
Yeah.
Anne and Marcella, huh? You 3 are best pals now?
Well, after reading so much of their correspondence, I kind of feel like I know them, you know?
Yeah. But what about Mr. Morgan, though? I mean, Paul. How does he fit into all of this?
He was a fan? He was a fan, but she hired him for something.
I think Marcella hired him. I found some letters Paul wrote to her. He said that her proposition took him by surprise and that he'd need an advance on his salary.
What did she hire him for? To investigate her own affair?
I'm not sure. I didn't find the letter he was replying to.
And why did he have those pictures of you anyway?
I guess we'll never know for sure, but I don't think it was ever about me.
Nah.
It's always been about Anne and Marcella.
Exactly.
Well, it feels a tad anticlimactic, but who needs drama, right?
At least it made our day pretty interesting.
It sure did. You know, after today, I think I get why you're so interested in the lives our guests lead. I try to forget they exist as soon as I'm done interacting with them. But once in a while, it's nice to remember that, well, even the most put-together person could be an absolute mess on the other side of the door.
Oh, I'm finna. Hey.
What about you? Who is Beth Lambert when no one's looking?
I like to think that with me, what you see is what you get. But maybe an extra Snoopy super sleuth could uncover a few more layers. Maybe ones I didn't even know I had.
Challenge accepted.
Come see me when your shift ends, alright? We could leave together if you want.
Okay.
If we're able to. With all that snow, I'm thinking maybe we'll have no choice but to spend the night here.
Ooh, a sleepover. We could set up a pillow fort on the mezzanine.
A pillow fort? We do work in a hotel, you know. There are actual beds here.
I know, but isn't my way so much more fun?
Well, we could take a page out of Michael's book and decorate
They
it.
planning sleepovers?
Then spend the night throwing stuff at Bernard whenever he comes through the lobby.
Oh, now you're talking.
I just have to finish my tasks for the day, and then I can leave.
Yeah, right. Like, that's gonna happen. Okay, and that's gonna be it for this one. If you made it to the end, I appreciate you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you back for the next one.